Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we're the Movie Bros.
Two regular guys bring you honest movie reviews you can trust.
Today, we're reviewing the movie Fantasy Island, starring Maggie Q, Michael Pena, Lucy Hall, just to name a few.
So Fantasy Island comes to us from the Blumhouse direction company. It's an American supernatural horror film that was directed and co-written by Jeff Wadlow.
Interesting, the film had a $7 million budget and raked in $47 million in the box office.
It's pretty good. Rotten Tomatoes didn't love this one though. Got a critic score of 8 with an audience score of 48.
Yeah, this one scored pretty low. Spencer, what'd you think?
So, I mean, in the times of coronavirus, there's not a ton of movies out there to be watched. I feel like we've just been searching for things that are somewhat recent to review that doesn't leave us with the best options. So like most of our films recently, I've had some low expectations coming into this one. That being said, I actually thought it was a pretty fresh movie. I enjoyed it. I thought there were a lot of fun fantasy elements that were newer to me.
Yeah, I like when a horror movie, which this is categorized as, has a bit of comedy to it, makes you laugh a little bit. Kind of reminds me of like Freddy Krueger and some of the scary movies from back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I thought the movie it looked beautiful. I Want to Stay on the Island that movie was shot on. It was gorgeous. The story was didn't make a complete sense to me though.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, it's a fantasy movie, it's in the horror genre, you're gonna have to suspend a little bit of your disbelief to like kind of go along with the story. But I agree, when movies try to do that in a very serious manner, oftentimes I feel like they fall short. This one I kind of like because they had those comedy elements to break it up. It's like, listen, we understand that this movie's gonna be a little bit ridiculous. We understand that that's happening, so we're gonna make it a little bit funny along the way to kind of break that up and not make it seem like they're trying super hard to push this theme, which is at its core pretty silly.
Yeah, the idea to go to an island and have your fantasy granted seemed a little odd, but it was entertaining. I wasn't bored throughout the movie. We actually watched it twice. Once before and then once today, just to make sure we had a good grasp on the movie itself, and I wasn't bored either time. I thought it was entertaining.
No, it's got a good pace to it. I think they go a little bit into each of the characters' stories, and they all have their own little fantasy that they play out before they kind of converge into the main story that's told. I liked it. It was entertaining. Like you said, the visuals of the island are all very beautiful.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like somewhere I want to go vacation. And overall, though the story may have been a little bit weak, I think that it was a fun ride. Yeah,
I would definitely recommend that you guys go see it. Mm-hmm. You heard it from us. I think we both recommend if you got a couple hours on your hand, you want to watch something entertaining, give this one a watch. How would you score this one?
One more thing I'll say.
You always have one more thing.
I always do. I always got to chime in. There are a lot of people who may not enjoy scary movies. I think this is a good entry point to some scary movies. There are some mild horror elements, but because they lighten it up in a lot of ways, it's not grossly scary. I have a family member who I watched this with who hates scary movies, and she actually enjoyed this. So
I would agree. I didn't think it was too over the top, gory or scary, or that would keep you up at night after watching the movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of one of those comedic horror movies, and some of the horror is a little funny, but I thought it was a good entry point. Good comment. Yeah,
thanks. Overall, I'm gonna say that the story's kind of weak, but for a kind of lighthearted horror movie that's a little bit fun, I'm gonna give this one a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm gonna give this one a 6.5 as well. If you guys have a moment, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, give us a like as well. Helps us out with the YouTube algorithm.
And if you guys know of a movie out there you think we should watch during this quarantine time, make sure you put it in the comments below, and we'll give it a watch.
Thanks for watching with us.
See you guys on the next one.